Yep, you should be good. Just count me down and we can go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so immediately starting the run, just gonna mash through a few text boxes, and then immediately we're gonna get into a forced encounter. So I just want to run from this encounter, and this is kind of an RNG shitfest, so if things go horribly wrong, I'm just gonna reset, and things are perfectly fine. If I were to reset, then just don't worry about the timer, but it's whatever, so every step up here, I'm going to use this potion I just got to skip an encounter I would otherwise get on the next tile, which is a trick used in a lot of categories in this game. Get an item there called a South Wind, which I'm going to use on this boss coming up. It's just a generic ice damage item, whatever you want to call it. This is the Wind Shrine, and this is the boss I mentioned, the Land Turtle. Just going by the names found in the English translation patch of this game. So I'm just going to use the South Wind and then just attack normally. Off to a great start. Oh my god! Of course I'd get this kind of battle. So that 90 is the best roll I can get on this fight. But I had to miss twice, of course. This is a pretty bad battle so far, though. Yeah, that was, what, 9 turns? So yeah, I got the best roll I could get, but still 9 turns. So I'm just gonna walk up, talk to the crystal, and unskippable title sequence. And no, this is not going to be Whir. And anyway, this is Final Fantasy III. This is not Final Fantasy III as known in the US, which was released on the Super Nintendo, and is actually Final Fantasy VI. This is the Famicom game released in 1990, as you can clearly tell. This game was originally never released outside of Japan because, well, by the time that Square were going to pour out Final Fantasy II, they had scrapped it because the Super Nintendo was on the way, so 3 never had a shot at being localized in the West. Which is a shame, because this is a pretty good and honestly pretty underrated game. It mostly focuses around the job system that was originated in Final Fantasy I, but they decided to go all the way and allow you to change your jobs whenever you want, at least based on a system using something referred to as capacity points. We are not going to be seeing any of that today, though. We are going to be getting a very different Final Fantasy III experience here. And then here's the last bit of text, and then I can continue with the run. Alright. Wind Crystal talk to me one more time, and I can finally leave Altar Cave. Except I want to go back in for some sweet cash. So there's 1,000 gil in each of these chests. And I'm going to use it to go shopping. Because that's what you do with Final Fantasy, you go shopping. Before I do that, though, I just want to pause. Yeah. Just waste some time, I guess. And old lady RNG is not being kind to me. So like I said, I'm gonna go shopping. Gonna buy a potion, 2 antidotes, and 2 eye drops. And, you know, I'm a little bored. I need some entertainment. I need to entertain myself, so I'm just gonna play this piano. Ha 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 ha. Crowd loved me, but the applause was very, very brief. So I'm a world-famous piano star now. I'm the piano man. No, this does not use the onion equipment. But you know, I'm feeling, like I'm well-wanted, so I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of shields, 20 to be exact. And, you know, I need some weapons to actually deal some damage, so I'm gonna buy this 1 broadsword and then 20 daggers, and I'm just gonna range my inventory some. And, This guy here, all he needs to do is defend. He doesn't need to attack, he's worthless. So let's just go exploring for a bit. Just a little bored, want to go on an adventure, but this encounter won't let me. So, I'm just gonna throw a dagger here, and, I feel like letting this guy attack. Except I don't. Yet I do. Oops. And... time. Okay, what happened there for real? So, before the run actually started, I took some steps and got some encounters right at the beginning of the game. And then after that, make some very precise movement in Altar Cave, and then I buy specific items, mostly 20 shields and 20 daggers, and I buy some other stuff to just fill up my inventory. And what I do in that battle was perform inventory overflow. So I take the stacks of shields and daggers I have, and I constantly equip and de-equip them. So when I de-equip the item, rather than going back into the stack, it'll just go into its own slot in the inventory. And I can keep doing this even after the inventory is full. The game doesn't know where else to put it though, so it just puts it in the next bit of memory, which happens to be the job for the first character. So you do this, corrupt the job, it gives you a whole bunch of weird commands, most of which will just crash the game. But we use one to warp straight to the credits. And that's Final Fantasy III. So, that's my last run in this marathon. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Your time was 6:39, by the way. So.
Not too bad.